Hey, this is Toe2 Bravo. We're out at the range again today, and we're going to run our primary machine stealth comp once again. It's going to be a second go around now that we've made some changes to the trigger groups and some other things that we've done to the frames here. We're going to give it another run. So we're going to start off first with the black Glock, which is the original setup for that comp. So we're going to run this, and then we're going to transition to the Polymer 80. Give it a shot on there. And then we're going to transition to the FDE Glock. Glock, primary machine, stealth comp. See what we get for performance. Here we go. Rounds complete. I am convinced that the majority of the problems I was having previously were caused by the extended slide stop slide release that I've since replaced with the standard slide stop slide release. That thing ran like a champ. Very happy with that performance. Hey, next up, the Polymer 80 frame. Let's see what we get performance wise. Here we go. Polymer 80 frame. All rounds complete. Really weak ejection on that though. I did notice really weak ejection. With that being said, I probably will not use that slide with that combination with the comp on the Polymer 80 lower. It just didn't malfunction, but the ejections were really weak. And that just goes with the fact that this isn't an OEM lower. Obviously, it's something that I've put together, and the tolerances aren't as tight as the OEM Glock. Alright, next up, flat dark earth frame, Glock Gen 3 with our black slide with the compensator. Rounds complete, ran like a champ. Very happy. Very happy. Alright, back to the original setup. 15 rounds. Let's pay particular close attention to the ejection and recoil, since we know that it is running the way it's supposed to. Here we go. All rounds complete. All rounds complete. Wonderful. Felt great. Let's take a few minutes and let's just talk about what we've got so far. So far, the comp is fantastic. I'm able to concentrate more on the performance of the firearm now that I'm not having the malfunctions and the failure to feeds. Nose, like I discussed just a few minutes ago, was my fault. I had my hand too high on the extended slide stop. I was causing those malfunctions myself. So today I'm able to focus more on what I'm getting from the firearm. I'm getting a lot more control out of the firearm. A lot less recoil, felt recoil. Not that there was ever a ton, right? You gotta understand where I'm coming from with this, but the recoil was very manageable, very nice. Accuracy's there, no problem. Not have to compensate with any point of aim or anything of that nature. And let me talk about this trigger. I did a previous video about polishing this trigger, and this is the one that has that really nice rolling brake, and it is really a soft, very manageable. This one is the one that has the very soft, very manageable rolling brake, and if you're a guy that likes the rolling brake, I get it. I think it's one of my favorites. I think I like that better than the wall and the glass braking. I really like this rolling brake. It's like a 3-pound, 5-ounce rolling brake, and smooth as butter with the polish job that I did, and it's just a pure pleasure to shoot. If that's worth anything to you guys, worth a ton to me. Just a really a blast to shoot this particular pistol now. Alright, next up is our polymer 80 with the FDE slide. We're running a Magpul magazine this round, so here we go. All rounds complete. Not nearly as nice to shoot as that OEM blower, but functions 100%. That's what we're after. But definitely not a primary frame for any of my slides. Just more of a fun thing. All right, we're back to the original setup for the FDE Glock. So we've married up the FDE slide with the FDE lower. So let's go ahead and put some rounds down range. Here we go. Rounds complete. Alright, so not nearly as nice of a trigger on this as I have on this. This again has they both have about the same pull weight, but again this one has that nice rolling brake that I like. This one has that very defined wall that you hit, stiff, firm, and then you break through the wall. I actually prefer the rolling brake. So we'll be right back. Alright, compensated Glock. Everything up until this point was 12.5 yards. We are now at 18 yards. So here we go. Primary machine stealth comp. Here we go. I love this comp. This thing's really growing on me. Really growing on me. We'll go into a little more detail on this thing on another video where we just focus on it. But now that I'm getting out, I'm getting more rounds through it. It's functioning the way it should. Actually, the gun is functioning the way it should. The comp was probably doing its job the whole time. I'm really eating this thing up. Let's load up. Let's put some more rounds downrange. Alright, I wasn't going to shoot the FD Glock anymore, but I am. I want to shoot it at 18 yards to compare its performance to the Glock that's comped, being that this is uncomped and the trigger pull's different. So, enough yapping. 18 yards. Let's see if we can get 15 for 15 with this. Here we go. Alright, I'm not sure what that round count was. I know I shot 15. I just don't know how many hits I have. But I certainly know what the problem was. My point of aim was a little off. I needed to aim. I needed to push my point of aim just a little higher. And as you saw there towards the end, I was connecting with every shot once I figured that out. But definitely a point of aim difference between this particular Glock and that one. But 100% reliable and a blast to shoot. It's just that trigger's a little different. Alright, let's wrap up our range day. Again, the black Glock. We need to come up with a name for the Glock with the comp. So here we go. 18 yards again. The ability to stay on target with this is amazing. Huge difference performance-wise. I pulled that one. 14 for 15. The miss was my fault. Obviously, any miss is going to be your fault as the operator, but fantastic. 100%. No problems. Comp works like it's supposed to. Thing ran like a champ. So this is Toe2 Bravo. I appreciate you watching. I'm going to shoot this a little more. I want to get maybe 1 or 2 more range visits out with this comp. And then I want to sit down and maybe do a really detailed video on my thoughts, feelings, and experiences with this comp so far. But as it stands right now, of course, what I tell you now is subject to change. But performance-wise, this thing is on the money. And I think the video speaks for itself. This is Toe2 Bravo. Thanks for watching.